something happened to my mic.
You're on.
What was all this? I talked to you, but that was supposed to be our secret. But this, I didn't teach you that. And I asked Whitney if I couldn't come up at the end of the show and speak a few words of appreciation for the other performers who are on here the stage this evening for the work that they have done in writing their material. That doesn't include me because I admitted to you I borrowed that material from some other place. But writing material for speaking to a live audience is an art that takes an awful lot of work. And I'm telling you this because you may not be aware of how much work it really is. One of the reasons it's so hard is there's a lot of words that you cannot use when you're speaking to a live audience. And that's a lot more than George Carlin's 7 words that you can't say. You can't use complicated words. You can't use scientific words. You can't use what we used to call 50-cent words. They'd be about $6 now today. You can't confuse people with big words when you're. Let me give you give you an example. When we were kids, we all learned the little rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. We all learned that. We taught our kids that. We taught our grandkids that. It's simple words that put a picture in your mind the instant you hear them. It may be way out on the edges of your consciousness, but the picture is there. But suppose I had said it something like this. Scintillate, scintillate, infinitesimal asteroid. Oft I cogitate upon thy identity, suspended in the stratosphere like a fragment of carbon. Now see, that doesn't work. It doesn't paint the picture that you have to have in your head. And that's what people are doing, whether it's comedy, whether it's poetry, or whether drama of any kind. When you're speaking to a live audience, you're taking up words and painting a picture in their mind. You're taking it from your mind and hopefully putting it in words that will convey that same picture to the mind of the person that's listening. There's a lot of other words you can't use. You can't use botanical names, the long names of plants and trees and things like that. You can't use medical terms because they're too. So what it boils down to is there's a pool of small, common, easy to understand words that people use to convey what they're talking about when they're talking to a live audience. Well, the problem comes in the fact that everybody is using that same pool of words. So if you don't write your picture for the people in a very unique way and in a unique construction and sequence, you could very easily end up with them having a different picture in their mind than what you're trying to convey, and consequently your performance just doesn't work at all. That's such an important issue that I want to read something to you. I've got 107 little words on this paper. And I'm going to read them to you, and I want you to be conscious of the picture that's being painted in your mind. Now normally you would not be trying to see this picture. It would occur, but it occurs way out in the edges of your consciousness. I want you to think about this and get the picture, because I'm going to ask you a question about it when we get through. My premise here is that if you don't structure the words properly, you end up with the wrong picture. Okay, and if you want to close your eyes, you can, because then there won't be distraction. You don't have to, but it will help take away some of the distractions if you want to do that. Listen to this now. Pay attention. This is titled, My Very First Time. The night was warm, the moon was high. We were all alone, just her and I. Her hair was so soft, her eyes so blue. I knew just what she wanted to do. Her skin so soft, her legs so fine, I ran my fingers down her spine. I didn't know how, but I tried my best to place my hand upon her breasts. I remember my fear, my fast beating heart, when slowly she spread her legs apart. And when she did, I felt no shame. And all at once the white stuff came. At last it's finished, it's over now. The very first time I milked a cow. Raise your hand if you had a cow and you picture in your mind.